Hello friends. Today my subject of discussion is an important remedy in our homeopathic media medica, Thuja Occidentalis. Its Latin name is Arbor Vitae, which is a Latin expression which means tree of life. Now, why tree of life? Because this plant species has an exceptional longevity as well as it is resistance to rot. Now come to discussion. The great antidote to psychotic diseases, which is manifested by warts, condylomata, or cauliflower-like excrescences, especially in or above the anogenital region and hairy parts of the body, especially if they are also psychotic. Thuja is a great representative of psychotic remedies. Psychotic poison renders all diseases obstinate and pernicious and arouses into action in any or every disease which man is predisposed to. In our materia medica, Thuja is the chief antipsychotic remedy, whereas sulfur is chief antisonic and mercurius is the chief antisyphilitic. Whatever may be said against the miasmatic theory of Hahnemann along its line, it is true that these three remedies would change certain conditions or discretion in the internal human economy so that the other semi-human remedy can do its work in the diseased individual. And if any of the maladies, that is sora, syphilis, or psychosis, is in the background of any diseased individual, then the seemingly indicating remedy will not do its work until and unless the miasmatic block is removed by this anti-miasmatic remedy, which may be indicated according to symptom similar. Now, it should be kept in mind that the action of Thuja is not only confined to psychosis, but when it is indicated by symptom similarity, it has the capability to cure diseases where no apparent psychotic element is present. Nevertheless, its chief action is manifested in those cases where certainly psychotic element is present. Thuja also belongs to a remedy of hydrogenoid constitution of Grevova. Hydrogenoid constitution refers to those constitutions where the sufferings of diseased persons are aggravated due to exposure to cold or damp weather. Even taking those fruits or vegetables which grows in water or near water, that is marshy fields. Thuja is a net-sided and chili medicine. Again, it may be mentioned here that Thuja has some antibacterial property. So it is used in gonorrhea and also in vaccinosis, that is bad effects from vaccination. It is a good medicine to be administered also in variola because it has the capability to abort the pustules and also it prevents the suppurating fever. Now come to mind of Thuja. Fixed idea. The patient thinks as if a straight person is behind him. Patient thinks as if soul and body are separated. Music causes trembling and weeping. The patient thinks that some living animal is in the abdomen. There is mental depression from childbirth. These are very much important mental symptoms of Thuja. Now, head symptoms. Headache. Patient feels that as if some nail is piercing in his head, which we get in Ossia and also in Ignatia. Those patients who take more tea and suffering from migraine or headache, in that case, if symptom corresponds, we may use Thuja, which we also get in selenium. Vertigo or vertigo, which is aggravated looking upwards. Also, the vertigo on closing eyes and disappears when opening them. White scaly dandruff, white scaly dandruff in the head, falling off hair, and the face is dizzy or pale. This is a psychotic manifestation. Eyes, eyelids agglutinated at night, eyelids dry, sore, and scaly. There is styes and tarsal tumors in the eyelids. There is inflammation of sclera. Sclera is raised here and there, and also this type of affection of sclera we may use Thuja occidentalis. Yes, otitis media. The discharge is purulent, thick, and greenish. There may be polyp there. No, thick, greenish scatter from nose. Nostrils are ulcerated and sometimes dry. This type of thick, purulent scatter we also get in other remedies as falsetilla, iridium, and natural sulfuric. Mouth, white blisters, the sides of the tongue near the root of the tongue. And also there is growth, cyst-like growth under the tongue, which is called ranula. And in this case, Thuja may be indicated if symptoms correspond. Stomach, complete loss of appetite. Patient thinks as if some living animal is in the abdomen. Patient dislikes potato and fat. If fat food is taken, then it is followed by rancid irritation. Tea drinking dyspepsia. The fluid which he swallows descends down with a gargling sound. Abdomen distended and indurate. There is round spot on the abdomen, and Thuja has a peculiar diarrhea after breakfast. The patient cannot tolerate raw onion. Constipation with violent rectal pain. The pain is so much that the stool compels to recede, as in sanicular and silicial. The patient cannot evacuate the stool due to the rectal pain. There is also piles, and the peculiar symptom is pain is most felt while the patient is sitting, and it is very sensitive to touch, and there is many words in the anus. Urinary, urinary stream splits, and there is cutting and burning pain after urination, which we also get in sapphire. The patient cannot control the flow of urination. Male, inflammation of prepuce, and there may be ulceration or growths like condylomata or what, and frequent desire to urinate. Prostatic enlargement may also be there. Female, males is retarded and scanty. There is pain in the left ovary, and vagina is too much sensitive, and it is so sensitive that the patient has difficulty in breath or intercourse. Profuse perspiration before menstruation. This is an important symptom of Thuja. Extremities. There is tearing pain in muscles and joints. The patient feels as if his or her limbs are made of wood or glass. That is, there's the patient thinks his limbs are so brittle that these may break anytime. So, if any child approaches to him or her, he or she is in fear that if the child touches his limb, it will break. This is a peculiar symptom of Thuja Occidentalis. The nails are brittle, thick, and there is also ingrowing bone, skin, polypi, tubercles, warts, epithelioma, carbuncle, ulcers, especially in anogenital lesion, perspiration, sweatiness, and strong glandular enlargement, eruptions only on covert parts. This is an important symptom. Eruptions only on covert parts. And in fever, sweat only on uncovered parts. This to be remembered. Skin symptoms, pores after scratching, very sensitive to touch. Coldness of one side, brown spots on hands and arms. Sleep. The sleep symptom of Thuja is also too much peculiar. Nocturnal sleeplessness, and daytime the patient feels sleepy. And there is dream of falling of dead persons and also nightmares. This is a strong symptom of Thuja accident. Fever, chill begins in thighs and sweat only on uncovered parts or any part except head. When sleeping, the perspiration occurs, profuse, sour smelling, honey like sweat. But sweating during awaking is a good symptom of Sambuca snag. Sambucas is a good medicine if the patient is suffering from respiratory disease and there is there is sweat only on awaking hours. Modalities was at night from heat of bed, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., from damp cold weather, after breakfast, had coffee and vaccination. Vitae, left side while drawing our lips. Thank you, friends. Have a good day.